Welcome back to the Perks Recap Podcast. Once again, going over the last Yankees series, the second one in a row that I've done like this. Just real quick recapping. Um, after the three-game sweep over the weekend, the opening weekend of Milwaukee, the Yankees gave the fans probably a little bit of a dose of reality of this season is going to be a struggle, I think, and I'm not all that confident in their playoff chances. We'll have to see how it goes, of course. Um, I also have said on this podcast that the lineup is really concerning to me because as much as it could go good, and it has overall, I think, gone pretty good this so far this year, it could also go very bad. I mean, you got Goldschmidt, who can definitely continue a downward spiral for his career. You got Jason Dominguez, who could definitely fall flat on his face. Um, I'm not too concerned about Bellinger or Jazz. I think they're going to do what they do. Judge, obviously, is Judge. But Wells, Cabrera, Volpe, those are all guys who can all bat 230 or 220. And if that all happens and we get that same kind of dreaded feeling that we did a few years ago when it was like the bottom of the lineup was just automatic outs and everybody was batting like 220, 230, that could happen again. This lineup is capable of that. So, and then of course, rather than being able to rely on the pitching to get us through a lot of that, now we've got all these injuries with the pitching staff. So, what can we really rely on? Maybe the bullpen, and even that faltered. So, let's get to that. The first game was 7-5, and it was a disastrous eighth inning for the Yankees. That bullpen, Jack Leiter and Tim Hill, gave up 3 runs for Leiter, 2 runs for Hill, and that was a 5-run eighth inning, and that's what blew it. They basically blew the game. They had the game in hand, and they blew it. Will Warren, though, 5 innings, two runs. I can live with that from Will Warren. If that's those are the kind of outings he's going to give us, I can live with that. No problem there at all. Still hit a couple homers. Dominguez and Rice. Dominguez is first of the year, and Ben Rice, who has shown a lot of power so far, hit one as well. But overall, a pretty disappointing outing from the bullpen. And like I said, basically blew the game with the 5 runs there in the eighth inning. Then they come back the next day and just run into a buzzsaw named Zach Gallen, who if you follow baseball at all, you know who Zach Gallen is. He's he can be kind of on again, off again, but when he's on, he's almost unhittable, and that's basically what the Yankees ran into. Zach Gallen, unhittable, really. Let's get his exact numbers here. Zach Gallen's exact number: 6 and 2/3 innings, 3 hits, no walks, and 13 Ks. That's right. He struck out 13 times against Zach Gallen, and he gave up no runs. Now, the Yankees did break through against their bullpen a little bit. We got Volpe with another home run. That's his fourth. And they're still hitting homers. And, the torpedo bats thing, that has finally calmed down a little bit. People aren't all that crazy about it now. But they are definitely still hitting homers. And it may be that Volpe just is one of the guys that really benefits from it because there's some other guys that probably won't benefit from it from the torpedo bats, but maybe Volpe is the one who who really does benefit from it. So we'll see where it goes from there. But 4 home runs for him this early is an awful lot. Yeah, not much to say. Not much happened in the lineup, other than Volpe. And Carlos Rodon went 6 innings, gave up 4 runs in 5 Ks. It's not good enough. I'm sorry, it's just not. So he's gotta get back on and do what he did in the opening game. And then we had last night the series closer, the last game of the series, and once again the Yankees scored 9 runs. They are scoring a lot and they're hitting home runs. We had Judge hit hit his number 5. We had Grisham hit one. We had Chisholm hit one. Um, so once again, the home runs were flying out of Yankee Stadium. Cookie Carrasco of all people, um, 5 1/3, 3 runs, nothing to write home about at all. But he kept us in the game. And then Ryan Yarbrough. There's some people that are not going to be on this team when the other guys get healthy, and Ryan Yarbrough's one of them. He gave up 4 runs. Um, and Adam Ottavino, who was just added, is also not going to be on this team as we move forward here. Um, so we'll have to see how they're replaced, but these guys are not going to be there long term. Um, Good to see Luke Weaver get the save. As we know, Devin Williams is on paternity leave, although I believe he's coming back today, so he should be available today against Pittsburgh, back to the closer role. But Luke Weaver, relievers in general are kind of up and down. And last year he had such a good year, I was kind of thinking he can't possibly replicate that. And if anything, he might have a little bit of a down year as a reliever now, as he's moved that to that part of his career where he's no longer a starter. But so far, so good. The appearances he's had, he looks just like he's always looked. No problem at all there. In a 9-7 win, so to salvage the series and not get swept. So the Yankees on the season are 4-2. No, again, no problem there. The sweep, of course, helps that of Milwaukee. And away we go. We're going to continue on now against Pittsburgh, who is 2-5. And let's be honest, you got to win it. Even though it's on the road, you got to win at least 2 of these games. You've got to. I mean, there's no excuse to not win 2, if not sweep them. And then you go on the road to Detroit as well. Next day off is Thursday, the 10th is your next day off. So I will be back with a recap of the Pittsburgh and Detroit series at the end of each one. That's the plan moving forward. I'm going to try to do these. Again, they're not too long, so it's not too bad in terms of a quick listen if you just want to get a little catch up on what's going on, catch up on my thoughts on what's going on with the Yankees. So, like I said, it's kind of we're in a holding pattern right now. We got to get some guys back. It looks like Clark Schmidt is pretty close. Stanton is finally swinging a bat. Unfortunately, or fortunately, however you feel about him, DJ LeMahieu was close. Apparently, he's getting close anyway. We'll see about anybody else, Ian Hamilton or somebody like that in the bullpen. I think is working his way back too. So, it's the rosters are in constant flux. You know that as the season goes on, somebody else will get hurt, somebody else will emerge, somebody will come back, somebody else will go down as we go all the way through the season. And then, of course, when we get to the trade deadline, we'll see what needs we have and maybe make a move or two if that's the case in terms of us being in the race and needing a piece. My outlook, though, is still skeptical. We'll see where it goes. I'm very curious to see if these guys can stay healthy. I'm very curious to see if they do stay healthy, what kind of results we're going to get. Injuries always cloud everything. And obviously, if Judge goes down, season's over. I mean, he is the most important player on the team, and it's not close. And I'm curious, like Jazz Chisholm. Jazz, the rate, especially home runs, the home run rate and the rate he's on as a Yankee is incredible. His Yankee numbers are unbelievable, but he has had trouble staying healthy in the past. So if he goes down, there's always a possibility he might go down. Bellinger is usually pretty healthy, so that's good. I feel good about him, and we'll see what we get from guys like Goldschmidt and Dominguez and Volpe and Wells and Cabrera or Peraza. I just rattled off some names. Those are all names that are basically in the starting lineup every day, and I have questions about all of them. All of those guys I just mentioned. So completely, it's a season that can go either way, and I'm trying to figure out which way I think it's headed, but it's too early to really tell. So right now, like I said, we're in a holding pattern. We're going to see how they play the next few couple series as we start rounding into the season, the first month and things like that. See where they stand and how the team's looking. But anyway, just wanted to jump on, get this quick podcast. Make sure you guys check out the Baseline podcast because that will be me, Jordan, and Al. That'll be also later today or tomorrow. We're about to jump on and record it in a little bit here. I'm not sure when it's going to get released, though. It might be tonight or tomorrow. It'll be the top 10 relievers of all time. We all know who number one's going to be, but we'll see about the other top 10, the other nine guys. And it's a lot of fun. Like I said before about Jordan's podcast, make sure you check out the Baseline. That's going to do it for this one. Until next time, I will see you later.